this offseason? Did you get a chance to get away a little bit? Did you do anything interesting in the last few months?
Yeah, I got invited to hike Yosemite, and it turned into a work trip eventually. So the first day, I believe it was like 5 miles uphill. We had a 60-pound pack, which took us about 6 hours. So, yeah, thought it was a vacation, but quickly turned into a work trip. But no, I definitely enjoyed it. It was, it was an experience. So I have a newfound respect for hikers and rock climbers, mountain climbers.
So,
Wow.
so when you took on this venture, what were you expecting on the hike? And as you did it, what surprised you the most about doing it?
I got invited. My trainer, Gabe, invited myself, John Runyon Jr., and my buddy Tom I was just talking about. And he invited us out there. I mean, I was expecting it to be tough, but I believe we were around 8,000 feet altitude. So get that. And I think, being a larger person, I feel like it might be harder on the bigger guys, at least to recover. I noticed, I guess, whenever Chris climbed Kilimanjaro, that usually the bigger guys had the most problems. So, there was multiple times we had to stop and catch our breath. That was for sure. They let the NFL Network come out there and film us, and they had their camera crew trying to follow us. And about halfway up the mountain, they turned around and said, "F this."
They couldn't take it with all the gear and everything, right? It was too much for them.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I could barely take it. And these guys were, not athletes, and it was tough for everybody involved. But yeah, I just have a newfound respect for that. It was really cool, and it was eye-opening.
Wow, that's unbelievable. All right, so forget Yosemite. I know that's different. What does a typical workout look like for you? Like a day like today? What's that entail?
Yeah, so today was legs. So usually alternate lower body, upper body. Been trying to do a lot of core work, obviously, and then I do a lot of stuff for they're called RMT clubs. So it's about rotational, core movements, and just so I can stay, mobile and try to reduce injury. But yeah, today was front squats. We went heavy. Tomorrow will probably be bench. But yeah, so it's kind of usually you have a strength phase or power phase. When you have power phase, you have limited amount of weight on there, so not maximum amount of weight, but you're trying to move that pretty fast. And then strength-wise, the numbers will be lower. So like today was like a 5-3, 2-1-1 on front squat. And so just not the most fun work, but it's worthwhile. And it pays off.
When you've played the game at this level for as long as you have, you don't need motivation. The competitive juices just kick in. But you hear the outside noise. Lane Johnson, best right tackle in the game, or Lane Johnson, best offensive lineman in the game, period. That's a heavy burden to carry. Is that a burden that helps motivate you even more so, or you just try to drown out that kind of noise and just continue to be the kind of player that you are?
Yeah, well, I sit back and look at kind of the last few seasons. I just feel like, my focus, as I've gotten older, some things it becomes harder to train, or you might lose some in some areas, but I just feel motivated by that. And then, I just feel motivated to finish my career strong, whereas most people kind of nosedive in their 30s. I look at Kels, I look at JP, those guys that had a lot of success in their 30s, and you see the examples and how they do things. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm at a point now where I want to reach my full potential. I feel like I'm very close. And I'm really enjoying my last, my later half of the career than I did earlier. I feel like it took years to establish, kind of myself at the right tackle, being looked at as a left tackle player.
Yeah.
So it's years to get to that point, to be seen it kind of equals or close to. And then, last few years was kind of just, not doing as many interviews or talking as much. I try to just play well, and really, man, it's about focus. I feel like as a younger player, I was a lot more distracted than what I was now. And so, that's where I'm at now. Just I'm trying to be more focused, a lot more mentally, preparing my weeks, planning, pretty much my schedule out instead of just playing it day by day.